Sometimes the biggest battles in your life are fought in silence. Imagine a boat thousands of miles from land, in the middle of infinity. No food, no water. This man you see is Jose, a fisherman. But he didn't just fish, he faced the ocean's greatest terror. Drifting alone in the ocean for a staggering 438 days, nearly a year and a half, a distance of over 10,000 kilometers. When he washed ashore, no one believed he had survived. Today, we delve into every detail of José Salvador Alvarenga's incredible story that pushed the limits of the human spirit. This is a story of hope, desperation, and the art of survival. Let's begin. The date is November 17th, 2012. José was an experienced fisherman, and that day he set sail with his young assistant, Ezequiel Cordoba. The plan was simple, a day of fishing and then return. But fate had a very different plan for them. Soon after, they encountered the Pacific's unpredictable fury. 25-foot waves began to swallow the boat. The radio wasn't working. Worst of all, the engine was completely broken. They no longer had direction or a chance for rescue. They began to drift. José's experience against Ezequiel's youth. The first days they rationed food and water. But as days turned into weeks, hope was quickly fading. The first agony of separation was close. Ezequiel succumbed to starvation and hopelessness a few weeks later. José was forced to commit his closest friend to the ocean. This was not just a physical loss, but facing the greatest enemy in the survival battle: loneliness. Now, José was alone, and his survival instincts kicked in. Water was the biggest problem. When it didn't rain, he was even forced to drink his own urine. But his true genius lay in finding food. He caught every bird that landed on his small boat and ate it raw. He caught sea turtles, drinking their blood to meet his fluid needs, jellyfish and small eels. José turned the ocean into his own personal supermarket. As if the physical struggle wasn't enough, he also battled constant storms and sharks circling the boat. Waiting alone in the dark at night was a mind-bending torture. Sometimes he saw death as a release. The only thing that kept him going was the love for his family. The ocean tires not just the body, but the mind. After Ezequiel's loss, José began his struggle with reality. There was no one to talk to. There was nothing visible to give him hope. This loneliness, lasting for days and months, brought hallucinations. In his small boat, he sometimes spoke to his lost friend and sometimes imagined his rescuers. These imaginary conversations were the only effort that prevented him from losing his mind. The boat turned from a survival vessel into his prison and his mental sanctuary. So, what kept him alive in this hell? Physically, the eels, but spiritually, his family. Every morning he woke up, he had a reason to go back. His daughter and his wife. The dream of reuniting with them was the only light that never faded, even in the deepest waters of the Pacific. 438 days. José had drifted thousands of kilometers from the Pacific coast of Mexico, heading towards the Marshall Islands near the equator, on the other side of the Pacific. This journey looked unbelievable, even on a world map. January 29, 2014. What he saw on the horizon that morning was not a hallucination. A green spot. Land. He used his last bit of strength to steer his boat towards the shore. When his boat crashed onto the coral reef of an uninhabited island, he was free. He collapsed onto the beach. When a local couple found him, they couldn't believe he was a living man. Gaunt, sunburnt, filled with the agony of 13 months. José's first words, "Am I still alive?" This miraculous rescue spread across the globe. José's story shocked the scientific community. Could a human survive that long without food and, especially, water? Experts analyzed his survival strategies, the critical nutrients provided by raw meat and blood, and his psychological resilience. After his rescue, José struggled with severe PTSD and adjustment issues. However, he eventually reunited with his daughter and family. The war he fought on the ocean was over, but his battle to adjust to life was just beginning. The story of José Salvador Alvarenga is a testament to the incredible strength and hope a person possesses, even in their most desperate moment. 438 days of solitude prove just how unbreakable the human spirit is. What do you think would be the one thing to keep you going for that long? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more unbelievable stories. See you next time.